And hello, I'm Phillip Jeffries. I'm the president of Phillip Jeffries, not just the host of Phillip Jeffries Instagram Live, and I am so excited to be here with you today. Good morning, and to our friends in Europe, good afternoon, all of you designers out there. Hope you're having a brilliant day. We're here to bring you some excitement and some joy. Well, I'll tell you what, it's fall, and given the circumstances that we're in, I think we gotta make lemons out of lemonade. Because fall's about excitement, it's about renewal, it's about, for here at Phillip Jeffries, it's about a new collection. So, given these circumstances, we thought we needed to do a launch like we haven't done before. And to make this launch extra special, I decided to bring a special co-host, an MC, one of my good friends, editor-in-chief of Veranda Magazine, Steele Marcoux. Steele, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, Phillip.
Hi, Steele. Look, we're at the red carpet.
You're truly on a red carpet. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll tell you what, I heard that you're not alone. I heard you brought some special guests as well.
Well, I did, Phillip, and thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to join you today with this exciting new launch. And you're right, I did bring two friends, two dear friends, two fantastic designers, one who works on the West Coast primarily, one who lives and works on the East Coast, Ken Falk and Beth Webb.
Ken and Beth, I love those guys.
Hi, Ken and Beth.
Always
Hi.
looking so
Hi,
and
Steele.
so
Hi, Phillip.
sophisticated. And Ken, looking great. You guys definitely dressed for the red carpet. Thank you so much.
We wouldn't want to disappoint.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Phillip, do you want me to say a few words about our special guest today?
Well, you know what? I think we should, right? Because I know you just came out with a new Veranda magazine as well, right?
We did, that's true. So both of these amazing designers are featured in our September-October issue. We're so grateful to have their work featured in our special issue. And I have to tell a little story about Ken. So Ken and I were talking, I don't know, late spring, early summer. We had this whole issue planned for September, October, but he got in touch and shared a few projects with me, and I fell in love with this one particular project. I fell in love with all the projects he shared with me, but especially the one featured in our September issue. And no joke, it inspired us to basically scrap what we'd planned for September, October previously and do a whole new thing for our issue, all about, you know, life in the countryside, beginning and sort of anchored by Ken's project in Healdsburg, which is really incredible. And not only that, I have to tell another little story about Ken. He offered to write the story himself. I don't know if he knew what he was getting himself in for, but basically upon that suggestion, which we kindly took him up on, we had all four designers tell their own stories about their homes featured in this issue. And I have to say, I think that Ken is an amazing storyteller. Really, his design work actually has a great deal of storytelling kind of built into it, which is something that means a lot to us at Veranda. It may be, I don't know, his Southern genes or his Southern roots that make him such the storyteller. I myself am a Southerner, Beth is as well. But we were so delighted by that we then went back to all of the other designers featured in the issue and asked them to tell the story from their own points of view as well. And Beth, if I can turn attention to Beth for a little bit, Beth's project is actually featured on our cover this issue, which you guys can see if I cover myself up right there.
Fabulous.
I feel like this cover, this image from Beth, again, just one more time, really just feels so appropriate for the time that we're in. I think there's no better way or no more magical room to connect you to nature than the one that we're showing on our cover this month. And we're just really, really grateful. I feel like that's very typical and evocative of Beth's work. She deals a lot with amazing textures and the nuances of the colors found in nature. And she also knows a great deal about antiques, which is again, something that we love at Veranda. So Ken and Beth, thank you for joining us today.
Because I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see Beth, you on the cover. I can't hear your story. It sounds fabulous. Really so exciting.
Well, thanks for giving us the opportunity, Philip.
100%. Before I actually have some questions for Ken and Beth, and before we start, I would like to also ask, of course, is if everyone watching, if you guys, as we go, we're going to have ask for you to comment on the chat. We're going to ask for some questions for you guys at the end, and we're going to give an opportunity for you to actually have some of those answered by Beth, Ken, or Steele, or you can even ask me, but they're much more interesting than I am. So we'll get a chance to not just have me ask some questions, but we're going to have all of you have a chance as well. So I'm super excited about that. But, first off, what are you guys excited to see? Like, what are you hoping to see today? Steele, what are you hoping to see?
Well, I could talk for hours, but I'd love to hear actually first from Ken and Beth what they'd love to see today, because they're sort of our design gurus. What are you guys hoping to see today?
Beth, ladies first.
I keep telling you, Ken, age before beauty, age before beauty.
Oh, then you're definitely going first.
Actually, Philip, everything that Phillip Jeffries does historically over the years has been, one of my favorite things and one of my favorite lines. So there's no disappointment coming from you guys. I'm sure of that. And everyone who knows my work knows I love texture, and I love, the wabi-sabi that Phillip Jeffries does so well. So I'm just anxious to see more of the beautifulness.
Love it. I love it. All right, Ken. Steele passed the bucket until the end here. You got to go. You're next.
Well, as you know, we at KFI are huge fans of Phillip Jeffries. I think I want whatever you had for breakfast, because your energy's off the charts this morning. But it's always exciting things. I mean, I think we can all use something to look forward to. So today I'm like a kid getting up early, waiting to see what's under the tree. But and undoubtedly we'll find a wonderful spot for some of the new things. But we're just grateful you guys continue year after year, collection after collection, to deliver great stuff and make our jobs easier in some ways. So we are grateful for our collaboration.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Ken. So we're hoping that we bring you some Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa in September. How about you, Steele?
One of the many things that I love about what Phillip Jeffries does is connect me to a greater global sensibility. I think especially right now, where I've spent 6 months at home, and that is not my typical travel schedule. I'm looking forward to being connected in some sort of way, be it through a texture or an artisan, a craftsmanship that I can't find at home, to the world at large.
Love it. Well, I hope that we satisfy a little bit of your need for art, because I do think one thing that you all said, which I totally agree with, I think more than anything, we all are ready for something new and exciting right now. Right before actually we get into it, there's one other special news that Steele, you actually have a special new book.
That's right. We're so thrilled to debut this here today, actually. This book is coming out in early October. I believe our on sale date is October 2nd. It's a really gorgeous book, as you can tell by the cover. It was written by Catherine O'Shea Evans, who is a terrific writer. There is a foreword by me, but honestly, Catherine did all of the heavy lifting for this one. And we're showcasing the work of some amazingly talented designers across the country. So,
like I said, today we're now excited to present the new launch. So I would like to ask all of you to please take your seat, because I'd like to introduce the collection and our design director. At Phillip Jeffries, when we create our design stories, many times it's 2 years in advance. We try to put together collections to tell a perspective, to tell a story. And this season, we had to take a pivot. We paused because it's a different time. So with that, my brother and my partner, Jeffrey, I, Tara, our design director, and all our designers got together and said, let's tell a story for today. Let's tell a story that incorporates texture, comfort, balance, and zen. And to share for you the inspiration for the story. We're going to show it to you, but instead of me telling it, I can think of no one better to do it than our Phillip Jeffries design director, Tara Van Lunen. Tara, come on out.
Hi, Phillip.
Hi, Tara.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really can't wait to show you all the new line. We've been working on this for a really long time, and it's just really spectacular. So let's dive right in. I think we can all agree it's been a bit of a tumultuous year, but sometimes in life, when you have those difficult times, it's really important to look at the world a little bit differently. We're finding appreciation for the little things, and we all knew that we needed a reset. And this story began with just thinking about what type of reset did we actually need. As designers, we find inspiration everywhere. Our world changed and our focus shifted inward, and thoughtful new ways to approach design quickly emerged for us. This newest collection, Awakening, seeks inspiration from new perspectives and what adds joy to our daily lives. Through a vast array of colors, textures, and patterns, we really hope that this awakening engages all your senses. When looking at global trends, we notice how shared moments and cozy comforts surround ourselves and the world around us. Embracing the unknown, we find ourselves awake and present in fall 2020. These new collections bring the energy of feeling the earth between our toes and a new spirit in the air. We are rooted and we will rise. Welcome to Awakening.
Wow, Tara, so inspirational. I love that your slides there, your trends ended with the sun rising. I think it's so inspirational. Thank you, and kudos to you and the Phillip Jeffries design team. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've been waiting for. So, with no further ado, I am proud to present how that inspiration became wall covering. I bring you Phillip Jeffries' Fall 2020 Awakening. Wow, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, we brought you fall 2020. So, like we mentioned, you all have a chance to tell us what you thought. So right now, we have just an inkling here of some of the top collections. We actually launched over 19 collections in this day and age when so many people are pulling back. We decided, you know what, this is an opportunity here for Phillip Jeffries for us to try to take a lead in helping inspire you, the design community. So we hope we brought some smile and happiness to you. And we'd like to ask you all to vote and tell us what you thought your favorites are. But first, my question is, Steele, what was your favorite?
Oh my gosh, there were just so many. I'm always impressed with the breadth of creativity that you guys can pull out every single season. But I have to say,
Wait, hold on, Steele. Hold on 1 second. You know what? You are the editor of one of the top magazines in the world. I think we need to let our designers decide first because you might skew them.
You're right. I'm going to pass the buck.
What?
Let's call on Beth. Beth, what was your favorite?
Okay, thanks, Steele. Hot seat. You know, I am so glad that we did this little run through yesterday, and I got to see it yesterday and again today. And I now I'm so torn because I have 3 favorites, but I'm going to go back to the one that I chose yesterday because we are actually using it on a project. We had a preview, and we're using it on one of our projects in Sea Island, Georgia, and it's the concrete washi.
Oh my goodness. Sea Island's one of my favorite places. I hope you'll give us dibs on that project.
Absolutely, you got it.
You know,
Ken,
I
how
love this
about
one
you?
too. That you know, I brought Tara back on because I thought it might be interesting to hear a little bit about what the inspiration was on this particular collection too.
Great idea.
Yeah, so this one was actually inspired by one of our handcrafted specialty collections. So you can actually see the process here for creating our concrete washi. What we're doing is actually creating this rich depth and texture using these screens that we dip down into this bath of a baka pulp, and then when we pull it out, it has all this amazing texture on top. And then we're also hand layering. You can see one of the gentlemen here that's layering all of this great texture down. So then we thought, you know, what amazing texture. This would look great in a vinyl as an embossing. So naturally, that was the next step for us.
So that way it's
Well, it's incredible
for the kids.
Glad you like it.
Fantastic. All right, Ken. What do you think? What was your favorite?
Like I said before, it's like picking children. They're all so good looking. It's hard to have a favorite. I'm gonna stick with Gilded Ascent. It hit me right off the bat. It's so sort of luminous. It's modern, but also there's something retro about it. I think it would be glorious. You know, I could certainly see it in one of our commercial projects in a beautiful bar, but I don't know. It seems like it could be Saint Laurent's dining room in 1978 in the best sort of way. Like, I think it's so sexy.
I was gonna say, and you know, because the metallic, I think it like gives a great glow on people's faces too. Doesn't it?
It's beautiful. I mean, you can imagine that by candlelight. And so, and I love the play. Like, there's not, you know, it's sort of the almost platinum and silver and gold. And I don't know. I was in love with it, and I couldn't stop looking at it, even though I was falling in love with each addition to the collection. But that's my pick.
Well, this one also has a brilliant story. Tara, why don't you tell everybody about this particular story here?
Yeah, I love telling this story. This mill that we've partnered with, has been doing this craft for over 100 years. It's a family-owned mill in Japan that has really honed this craft. And so we partnered with them to bring our design vision to life. So we're using this craft, and then we created our own design spin. So what they're doing here is laying down all of the metallic leafing by hand or by hashi, which is chopstick. And they're layering down all of the gold, metallic, silver leafing in the sequence of shapes. And then to just give it a little bit more durability, we're layering it onto a flexible mylar ground that makes it just really easy to install. And it's also coated with a resin finish, which just protects against oxidation.
Wow.
I've seen the craft, don't you all? What do you think? Is that unbelievable?
So
Beautiful.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. The mill's hundreds of years old, literally. It's unbelievable.
I love seeing these huge, huge drops too.
Yeah,
Rolled
yeah,
out.
it looks so great in this grand scale. And somebody was talking about in the chat of just like using this as the fifth wall, but it's so great there because it pulls in so much light.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. All right, Steele, you'll have to tell us.
The pressure, the pressure. You know, late yesterday afternoon, this morning, I was actually thinking of changing my favorite, but I'm going to stick with what I said. As tempted as I am by the haberdashery collection, the warmth for fall, I really love that Venetian plaster. I think there's just something, you know, I've been dreaming of Italy all year, and you kind of had me with Venetian.
Yeah, this one actually has a really great handcrafted story as well. Here, it's actually made in the US, and artisans are just layering down this acrylic plaster effect with special tooling, and then we add a wash on top that just gives it so much more dimensionality.
Really great.
Really beautiful.
Yeah,
and I think the fact, you know, it's I think we all love the plaster, but sometimes it you know, could take weeks and weeks in someone's home, or cost $1 zillion to do a powder room. So I think it's going to be a great source here for when you're trying to get that Venetian plaster look.
You don't have to run the whole wall when you mess it up with hanging the art.
Exactly.
Well, at this point, I think what we're going to do is we're going to see if we have any questions from the audience. So from our marketing department, do we have any questions? One of them that came up is what's going on in the next issue of Veranda?
I'm so glad you asked. We are hard at work on the November-December issue right now. We send it to the printing press in less than 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today, actually, right at 2 weeks. And we're actually focusing on great American design for that issue and luxury American craftsmanship. So a lot of these same ideas, we're actually hoping to have the opportunity to profile and really elevate the work of artisans and craftsmen around the country. So thank you for asking.
Ken, Beth, what project are you working on right now that you're most excited about?
Ken?
We know you have something great in Sea Island.
Well, no, Ken, I think you have many more fun things that I'm working on, but we are working all over the place. That's the interesting part. We're working from LA to Canada. So, you know, that, you know, presents its challenges these days with what's going on in the world. But, you know, as far as the most fun, gosh, aren't they all? I mean, my clients are going to love hearing me say that. Aren't they all? We really do. We've gotten some wonderful things during all of this. In fact, we've never been busier, which is interesting. And I think everyone's focused on their homes and they're staring at their four walls. And we have clients buying properties online, sight unseen. Wow. So, you know, it's a whirlwind out there. Who knows? It's going to be actually 2020 has its silver linings.
For sure.
It sure does, I think.
How about you, Ken?
I mean, I agree with Beth. It's been an interesting time. I'm so grateful to be busy. And I know that's certainly not the case for everyone who, you know, we've watched. We actually own part of a business, a restaurant in San Francisco, and you watch that industry really suffer. And so I know how fortunate I am and we are to be busy. And so I promise to really, you know, be a good steward and figure out how to make it all happen in these not so easy times when you can't just hop on a plane and go do something. And so, but it's a wonderful way to escape and to daydream about these fantastic projects. And a couple of, I don't know, maybe a month or so ago, we announced we're working on the Cloud Club in the Chrysler Building,
So cool.
which is probably one of the most.
What was it, Ken, in the Chrysler Building?
The Cloud Club. It's a
Oh,
historic
Very cool.
place inside. It's the top of the Chrysler Building. It was there when the building opened. And so that for sure, the kid in me, I think, you know, someone said, did you ever think you'd be doing something like that? And my answer is always, yes, that's all I dreamt of. I grew up in a tiny little town and, like, you know, didn't go anywhere. All I did
I love that answer.
And so, you know, it's great. We're working much like Beth all over the place. And, you know, I promised that, you know, we have team meetings every week and talk about, one, again, how grateful we are, but also how we don't want this to be an excuse for us not to accomplish something. So,
Right.
you know, we're really just working our tails off to
Harder than ever.
make it happen. And that's just thrilling. The days go, people talk about the days going slow. I'm like, no. I'm like, they're going like crazy.
Box speed.
Yeah, so, you know, it's wonderful. And it's definitely a silver lining in this. And I think, you know, looking at the creativity that Tara and Phillip Jeffries produces in this, and I'm sure the work that Beth and other amazing designers that are going to be showcased in Veranda, you know, a lot's of good stuff, amazing art and design is going to come out of this. And I think we're going to look back and see some pretty incredible things that have happened in the midst of all the madness. So
I agree.
In college, I once had a professor tell me crisis creates opportunities. So
Absolutely.
hopefully lots of, we all come through this even stronger and better. And, you know, we have a whole list of additional questions, but I'm going to have to, you know, take this and give you all the knowledge of knowing that both Ken and Beth are going to be on a future Phillip Jeffries Instagram Live, where you can actually ask both of them questions. And don't worry, I put them under the spot. I'll ask them their secrets and all the good stuff, as well as some great design. Hopefully we can steal on too in the future. Absolutely. And that's Tuesday and Thursday at 2 o'clock Eastern. But who cares about that? Let's go see what you guys thought. First off, let's see who the winner was on the poll of the favorite wall covering, and then we'll see who the book winner is. Okay, do we have a winner on our favorite wall covering? Mark? Gilded Ascent and Gilded Grid.
Fun.
We had Gilded Ascent with Todd there, so that was everyone's favorite. And then and the next up, we also had a tremendous response to the grouping of the vinyl. So there you go, Ken and Beth. Maybe you guys were like helping those to the top two. But I think they're both fabulous as well. And I also think the plaster is fantastic as well. Their skill.
Thank you.
On behalf of one last thing, as a reminder, one of the things at Phillip Jeffries, we want to also promote you guys. So please follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on all the social. Check out the website where we want to feature you all. You can get on the Phillip Jeffries website on any collection. Forward us on your images so we could feature you. We'd love to feature you. And in January, we have our some fabulous new materials coming out for you, where we'll be trying to help support the design community as well. Lastly, you saw some samples. Check out the website. Contact your salesperson or your local sales rep. I'd like to say it was really fun, by the way, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
always fun.
Ken,
For all, paper for all.
Steele, thank you. Tara, unbelievable collections. Kudos to you and the design team. And thank you to all of you guys. You know, at Phillip Jeffries, one of the things we really aspire to do is to inspire a more beautiful world, bring some great art and joy through design. And we hope we accomplish that today. So on behalf of all of us, let's give us a big kiss goodbye to everybody, guys. What do you say? 1, 2, 3. Thank you all. Thanks, everybody. It was great having you. Thanks again. And check out Phillip Jeffries' website and your local salesperson. Thanks again.